Okay, this is kind of a bit of a test really. So I'm using the video camera that's on the actual laptop. So I don't know what the sound will be like or anything like that. But I intend to shoot a video just to talk about people's sensitivity and how really it's so simple to offend people these days. I really don't understand how people take the slightest little thing and twist it round as if it's a personal thing about them. I run several Facebook groups, and if you put a bunch of people together, you can't please everybody all the time, and nor should we be trying to do that. But I notice in some of these groups that people just seem to they'll take one line or something, and then they'll just turn it into their own fantasy, their own story. And I think they directly relate it to themselves in some way, because I can't explain why anyone could be offended in any other way or any context if you're not directly talking to them. It just seems to me that I wouldn't go out. I personally don't. Let me just suggest that a little bit. I personally don't go out of my way to offend people. I have no desire. I get no pleasure out of upsetting people. I'd rather see everybody happy. I'd rather see everybody with a smile on their face. And indeed, I spend a lot of my time trying to make people happy. But I will never ever watch what I have to say. I mean, there are limits, of course. I don't make jokes about very, very sensitive things, and I wouldn't, if I thought it was going to hurt someone's feelings, I wouldn't say something. But at the same time, you can't go through life worrying about every single thing you say. We all find different things humorous, and we might find them humorous in a different way. Someone else might not get it at all. Well, that doesn't make that person wrong, just like it doesn't make that person right. It's just about, how you handle it yourself. If I come across something, I come across things every single day, especially in social media, which I find at the very least boring, or I don't get it. I'm just not tuned into that way that person thinks on that particular day. But I don't make a point of then attacking that person and leaving the group, or being so sensitive and upset about it that I've got to voice my opinion. I just think that unless it's directed at me, then I just kind of leave it and go on to something that I do find amusing. The world's a very, very big place, and we don't live very long in it, and there's lots of things that do amuse me, so I'll go and find that. It's like putting the television on and finding a program that you don't like. You just don't sit all the way through it then deliberately. To hurt yourself more or to bore yourself or whatever, you turn the channel because you have that option. And I think that's exactly the same. You can't go around trying to please everybody, but nor should you have to watch every single word you say just in case that someone finds it offensive, when really the subject matter isn't that offensive and it's more of a broadband thing rather than just direct it at someone. It's crazy. We live in a crazy world, I think. The liberalism of today's life has and the dumbed down attitude we have about society or in society says it all, really, to me. Do you know what? I find that offensive. I do. I find it offensive that people get offended at so much. You've got to be a bit thick-skinned in life. I mean, as a writer and as a marketer and things like that, I put myself out there all the time. So, I'm fully aware that somebody might not get me, or somebody might find that I'm not their cup of tea, but I'm not offended by that. Everyone else seems to get offended by these little tiny things. I mean, there's loads of us that don't, but it's the ones that do that I'm talking to, and there seems to be more and more people. If anyone knows me on a personal basis, they know that I will go out of my way to help people. I spend a lot of time helping people for nothing, no monetary reward for a lot of it. And I have probably a schoolboy sense of humour, a bit Monty Pythonish. I'm sort of kind of brought up in that era. And, so be it. That's the way it is. But it's beyond my comprehension. People can be so hurt that they've got to voice their opinions over maybe a single line or a joke that's been made, or don't get it. I guess if that's you, then you're in the wrong place. just time to move on. That's all I can say. Peace out, everybody.